Hi, so we are again in Tirana, Albania, this beautiful city and this beautiful country, and we are here with a beautiful lady. Her name is Enxhi, and she has started and running now a very special initiative. I'm not calling it a business, I'm just naming it as an initiative. It's a service, and I find it very, very special. I think we would need a little bit time to explain what it is because maybe the audience doesn't know it. But okay, let's make people think that they can have also other ideas, not just restaurants, stores, shops, marketing agencies, and so on. So, what is this about?
Okay, first of all, thank you for having me. During the last year, I've been working on creating the brand Intuhealing.
Intuhealing. So
yes. Into like when you are really passionate about something. I'm so into sport.
Okay.
I'm into doing this thing. So my passion was, and it was lately discovered during the last year, was to learn more and to evolve more into my spiritual path, and also to learn more about my beliefs, my belief system, where I come from, what are my, what is my path in this lifetime, and what are the options for me? How can I change my reality? How can I grow? More specifically, to make it easier for people that have never heard about this, Intuhealing, it's a healing platform.
So that's some kind of spiritual healing.
Yes.
So you heal yourself from the inside. Mm-hmm. You heal yourself from what?
First of all,
do you have temperature and you heal yourself, or
anything actually?
Okay.
So you might heal with theta healing, which is the meditation modality that we work for. Mm-hmm. We heal our body, our soul, our mind, depending. So there are different levels of healing.
Okay, so people who want to overcome something, mm-hmm. like they want to change, they want to overcome like a fixation maybe, or maybe
anything they'd like to change in their lives.
Yeah, so, a fear of something.
For example, a fear or something that triggers you in your everyday life, or a habit that you don't like in your life and in your habits. Like, for example, being late. You notice that no matter how hard you try, you are always late for somewhere. So it doesn't have to be a big problem.
Or maybe how you relate to people. Maybe this is more sensitive to people.
Yes.
Because when they get late, they want to be late, and
yeah, but you notice that this changes your relationships.
Yeah.
You have resentment and guilt and shame for yourself, and other times you are angry to other people because they are not waiting for you. So sometimes any type of relationship, the relationship that you can heal, the relationship that you have with yourself, you can heal the relationships that you have with your family, with your job, any toxic relationships that might be in your life that you feel that you want to change them.
So toxic friendship, love in general.
Yes, physical things like health related.
Yeah, when you started learning about this, what wanted you to change in your life?
What I've noticed, and this is the most physical, the biggest change I've noticed, is that I've worked for years in advertising and in marketing, and I still do. And what I noticed is that everything was so fast paced in my environment. Everything was happening so fast. I was trying to keep up and to change and to adapt in every situation, like all the requests from the clients, organizing events and everything. And I noticed that I was in a constant anxious and fear.
Anxiety.
Yes, anxiety.
Yeah, marketing is very dynamic field.
Also advertising, working in agencies, so I love it, but it's very dynamic. Yeah. So sometimes
too hard.
you don't even sleep to accomplish what you've been working for.
So anxiety was one of the things you wanted to heal. Okay, yeah, it's getting more more understandable now. So
this
people
was
have
my
this
biggest topic that I worked for. So I've worked for anxiety later on, and it was reflected in my sleep, in my quality of sleep. which now I feel that a lot of my sessions, the best sessions are about sleep and people finding their peace and balance. I really love this topic. And also I've worked with a lot of topics related to my family, to my childhood.
So you learned about this, you healed yourself, and there was a moment when you thought that, okay, I want to heal other people now, and maybe I invested in this because I guess that's, so getting all the education for that, it would be something not cheap.
Yes, it's quite expensive.
Yeah, it's quite expensive.
Also, just using it for yourself, it's worth it because you get a set of tools on how to work with yourself. But after a few years, after 4 years on working with myself, my friends, my close circle, I decided to share this knowledge and to move in even further.
Okay, so now you are ready to set up it as a business, so to have your own clients and do your own thing. Is it challenging? So I know that you have just started, and in the podcast we have had people who are running the business for 4 years, but also we have for 24 years, for 10. So we have different, and you are the first that you have just started that. So we need to know more, and the audience is young people who want to do something by themselves, and maybe they want to be special like you or different, not just the same things that the market has. So what do you face right now? So please be open. I have listened to a lot of entrepreneurs. They have told me a lot of stories. So when their head goes, like we say in Albania, when we turn our head and see what was the past, they tell like they suffered a lot. They started with a small amount of money. They changed the plans. They started in not a perfect location, for example, or a small place, and now they grew. But you are in your first year. So what do you face now, and what do you feel?
I'm lucky because as this is a service,
you don't have much cost.
I don't have the cost that a business, a restaurant, any other business could have. But at the same time, I need to put a lot of energy and time and do everything by myself, like communicate in social media or arrange my appointments, keeping in touch with clients. So I don't have any support. I don't have any help at this point. Also, the challenge that I face in this industry, because this Intuhealing belongs in the sector of holistic and alternative services. Mm-hmm. So it's quite new for a market like this in Albania. People don't have any knowledge about this. And I'm creating my own target. I'm creating my own audience in this sense.
I think that's much more easier for you than no marketing and know how to do the thing. So yes. It's a service, it's a product, but it's like almost the same. Mm-hmm. I have talked to people that were your clients, and that's why you are here, because they told me that you were very, very good, and they enjoyed the experience, and they really healed one part of them because they are in the process. How do you feel about that? So when a client is healed?
Actually, it's one of the things that makes me most proud, and also makes it worth it. All the energy and the effort that I put into this job, and I really think that it's much more than a person healing, because they go out there and they change their relationships, they change other people's lives except from themselves. Exactly. So it's like much more than just a person healing. I think we are healing our community, we are healing our land, we are healing a lot more than just one trauma or just a bad habit that we'd like to change.
Yeah, it looks like it's a mission. It's not just a business. Yes. It's like a mission. You are in the first year, let's say, of this, and so of offering this to the market. And my question is, are you asking yourself, am I doing the right thing? So Are you in doubt, or you are very self-confident and, this is the thing I want to do?
Showing up for the first time, I had a lot of doubts. So when I first published my page and when I published my website, I had a lot of doubts how people would react. Also, because of my persona was very much related to public relations and advertising and marketing, I had a little bit of doubts showing up as an energy healer, like, is she okay? Like, what happened? So I had a lot of doubts at the beginning, but now with every person that I meet and after every session, I feel that I'm really committed to this and I really enjoy it. So I hope it will grow with time.
Okay, but you can also mix that with something else because it's always connected. It doesn't mean that if you wanted to set up a marketing company, you are not going to do it.
No, of course. I can do both. I can still do both.
It doesn't stop you in anything.
Also, I'm exploring new ways of how I can use Theta Healing with, for example, organizing retreats, or when, companies organize retreats for their staff, they could use my services as well. So I'm navigating through all the possibilities because it has a lot of fields that you might be focused on. So I'm just learning more about it and what are my options for the future.
Yeah, now that it's getting like much more, it sounds like business, because when you mention companies, so companies organize retreats, they have these HR departments, and they care about the well-being of their employees. So this is part of their well-being. Yeah, teams can work better if they go into this process. It's really, really very interesting.
I've also already tried it, so with a few cases. And especially with female workers at the company. And it's interesting because it really also bonds them, healing something together, meditating together, being in this safe space together. It's really inspiring, being in a group.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And the way they change, they realize it. And maybe they change also the environment and the energy in the environment. Yeah, that's great. How do you feel working with people at this level of emotions? Because you go inside people, so it's a certain level. You don't meet it at the coffee store or when you meet friends.
First of all, I focus on, what it's my duty to do is to focus on them. It's not about me, it's about their experience. So they're dedicating 1 hour of time for this session, and I do my best to create a safe space for them. And what is more important is for them, they should feel no judgment in there. They should feel safe, and they should feel like all the empowerment they need, and to find their power to change something in their life. So okay. I try to make it about them.
Yeah. So you have this ability, the skill, you know how to do this, so you can offer a service. But what do you need more in the market? So you need some marketing. Can you please show us in terms of business, what are you else doing for the service to be known? How you attract your clients? How do they react? What are the challenges? How do you deal with them?
Actually, I've been thinking that it would be a nice idea for people to gather and to share space so that they have this experience together, for example. And what I'm trying to find at the moment is, let's say, some occasions when I can gather people and they can get introduced for the first time with this, because it is a little bit hard to explain. It is, I don't think that everybody on Instagram or on Facebook is my client. And at the same time, at a meeting, random people, everybody can become a client. So you need to access them, but in a gentle way, just through a simple meditation. Not to explain everything that they need to know about this, because sometimes the deeper they get, it feels a little bit hard to understand.
Yeah.
So I hope that I'll get occasions to access people and to explain to them in an easy way.
Yeah, that's one thing, I think. And maybe the other is that there are different types of people. So there are the ones that get it from the first day, and there are some others that need more time, or they need the right time. So you need to do it maybe many times, yes. So to expose them to your message. Does it take a lot of time from your time, because you are also working in marketing and PR?
I tried to find, like, during my free time, I try to always find time when I have sessions that I have to book. It doesn't take a lot of time also for clients, so they have to commit just 1 hour of their time. Mm-hmm. For new clients, I try to schedule more time about them, so that at least I have half an hour of explaining and questions and answers, so they feel more comfortable. Of course, they won't know everything, but at least the major questions that they have to ask about this and how does it work, it will be addressed. So,
how do you feel after a session? You feel tired, or you feel what?
No, actually, you feel energized. So
energized. So you don't get the bad energy from people.
No, because we work with the energy of the source. It's the energy that flows through everything. Or you work with the energy of creator. So different people have different beliefs, and we call it in different names, but it's quite the same. And all types of modalities, they refer to the same thing. So being an energy healer, you don't use your energy, your body energy, but you are connected to something bigger than this, and people are doing their own changes. They're accessing their subconscious mind, and they're doing their own changes. So you feel energized being there.
Yeah, okay, that's beautiful. And what about the messages maybe you get after someone has healed one part of herself, himself? So do you remember any very nice message that gives you more hope, more self-confidence, more happiness?
Actually, the one that I liked is one from my teachers. She has said to me that I have a very good sense of connecting energy healing with the business world. Mm-hmm. As I've been in marketing, and it's easy for me to relate in this kind of topic as well. What I like most also from the feedback that I get is that after a few times that a client sees that the session is working out and they are healing, they try to search and to see what other topics they can work on. So they are exploring. They really like. They read a lot about this, and they get more into energy healing.
Okay, so after some sessions, they start to understand it and to feel it better, and maybe to share it with friends, and also to help other friends that are trying so much to heal themselves, but they enter that cycle and they cannot break it. So you need sometimes some outside help. So do you think that the business will be growing in the next 2 or 3 years?
From what I'm witnessing, and I'm just during my first year, more and more clients are coming. They are booking their first sessions, and what I like more is that they are coming back again for another session or bringing a friend. So they are kind of my brand ambassadors, and I feel that this will be growing.
Should the clients be only in the physical space with you, or maybe you can think of growing the business also online, and maybe people, they don't have to be in Albania to take the session? They can be
actually,
everywhere.
It works quite the same, working online, having a session online, or being in person. As people are a little bit skeptical in Albania, in Tirana, and I've tried all my new sessions with new clients to have them in person, but the energy works quite the same.
Okay, that's the same. So you can expand easily.
Yes, when the time is right.
Yeah, but now you are doing, first of all, your own business, and second, but not just, I'm ranking that, not I'm giving the importance, and you are just working for another, let's say, organization, company, and so on, and you have done that for many years. Would you commend, and what would you suggest to young people? So is it good to work for another company and after that for yourself, or you can work immediately for yourself? So are there benefits? What do you think?
I think that working as part of a big organization, or as my previous experience in advertising and creative agencies, I think it gives you all the tools that, in any case, when you'd like to start something on your own, you have that experience. You know how things work. You know how the market works. So it's easier for you to start with this kind of experience rather than out of nowhere showing up in the market. You create a lot of contact, and you have a lot of people that would be there to support and help you. So my advice would be that you first work in the market, you learn about it, you have this experience, and later on you create something on your own.
So later on, it can, but how much later on? Do you think that there is a exact age, or there is a limit that you can start your own business, or it's like personal, everyone can make it?
I think it's
when they feel it.
Inspiration, and sometimes there are some businesses that they need a lot of financial support to create them, so it depends on the field, it depends also on the person. But I think it's never too late to start something new, or to start something that you're passionate about. I think this is the most important thing. I do it in my free time at the moment, so I'm that passionate and I love it, as I find it enjoying the time.
Yeah, that's really very, very interesting. Do you see any difference about working for somebody else and working for yourself? What's the main difference, if you see something?
I don't know that yet, actually. So you have a lot of more freedom. You have you can do your own appointments and you schedule your own time. This is what I noticed until now, but I don't really have an idea about as doing them both.
Yeah, it's a little bit early. Maybe you need some more years. But do you have a plan now? What to do in 2 or 3 years? Or you are just waiting for the market feedback and be flexible?
I'd really like to grow in 2 or 3 years from now. And I also would like to become an instructor of Theta Healing. So working in classes and working also with students that will heal other people.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And what about the community that you wanted to build? Can you tell us more? What is this?
I started working a little bit on this, so I would like to make, as part of Intuhealing, I would like to create a community. There are a lot of healers in Tirana, in Albania, or even in other parts of the world. Yeah, a lot of energy healers.
How many?
At least for Theta healers, I could say that more than 100. So,
wow.
Yeah, that they have accomplished the first level, let's say.
Okay, so they know about that and they can offer the service.
Teacher is Albania, so there are a lot of other teachers in other countries, but my main teacher, the first one that has taught me basic and the main courses of Theta, she's Albanian. She has come back from Dubai to teach us. So I think that there is a community and people that are going in a lot of struggle because they want to learn more about the spiritual way and they don't know what to read, how to relate to these things. So maybe we can gather and we can create some events to be close to each other, to share this experience.
Yeah, and to have that network, and you are the master of the network as a marketing girl. And what about in the Western Balkans, so in the region? So if we have 100 in Albania, do you know what the other countries' numbers are?
I don't know the numbers of others, but there are a lot of them. I don't know, in Hungary, I know in Kosovo we have a few people that they've been in our classes in Tirana as well. So there are a lot of them, actually.
Wow.
Thousands of them.
I'm surprised about that.
But most of them don't practice it, so they use it.
Okay, I see.
Or they use it with a close circle of people, so that's why
maybe
we don't know that they practice healing.
So they didn't move into offering the service for others as a business initiative. Okay, now, so there are people who are using just for themselves. Do they need, last question, I'm curious, these people that offer the services, do they need a specific background, like being studied in psychology, or I don't know.
Actually, they don't need. Everyone can become an energy healer if they study, if they have the experience, if they want to explore this field. But at the same time, there are a lot of people that, because of studying energy healing, they have gone to studying psychology as well. So they want to learn more how our body works, how do we create our belief systems, and everything else that is technical in a medical point of view.
Okay.
So they are much related, but everybody can learn this for themselves or for others.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, Enxhi, and I wish you great success in this let's say in this initiative that would do a very good job, just not in the individual basis but also for a larger community. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.